Hello guys, I hope you all are doing well. Okay, this I promise is the last question from inclusive growth. I mean, inclusive growth questions are still left, but yes, we'll give it a pause now because it's too much of inclusive growth. But I would tell you why I chose today again as an inclusive growth question because see, this question that we have in front of us, that is, despite consistent experience of high growth, India still goes with the lowest indicators of human development. Examine the issues that make balanced and inclusive development elusive. Now, I wanted to keep this up because this question is from GS paper 2 of 2019. Yes, not GS paper 3 but GS paper 2, and that also not 2014-15, it's 2019, just last year that went by. So this becomes important to know that yes, UPSC has started linking the subjects and it's not just GS paper 2 alone or 3 alone. So now, yes, linking of topic becomes important, and that is why I brought this question in your view this time. Yes, from the next time we'll not continue with inclusive growth. I'll try and bring new topics, but inclusive growth is important. That's what I wanted to explain through all the answer writing discussions video, and this question again becomes important. Now, you might write an answer, a good fledged answer, but the point is that if you do not know the answer, how do you go about it? Like how do you just start with the answer? How do you refer to all of the things that you have and proceed with your stuffs and everything? So that is why also this question becomes important, because this video is gonna again teach you some short tips and tricks. So yes, let's start with the video and look into how can we write this answer if we actually just have our inclusive notes remembering and nothing else. See, try keeping any good amount of facts or figures, or where does India stand, where has been India standing, or anything like that in your introduction. So this is why reports become important, because first thing is they ask you directly for criticizing or analyzing the report thing, but apart from that, it's useful when you write your answer. So this is something that I took out from Google. India stands at 62nd rank in Inclusive Development Index, and everything, the point where it stands, the position and everything. So this becomes a short introduction telling the examiner that yes, we do know the answer and we do know what you want to get in the paper, and accordingly what you want from us, that what do we write. So this becomes your introduction, a small sweet the fact, the figure, the data, anything that you get. It's not just this, anything that you get, you can use it in the introduction. Now we come to the trick part. Again, we come to this jugadu elements of IG that I have made, and this time I will tell you how can you use these elements again to write the answer, to write the issues and the challenges and everything, and then conclude it so beautifully. But it wouldn't be a very sufficing answer, so just don't believe that yes, this is the perfect answer that we are doing. IB is not just about perfection, it's more about that if you do not know how to do that perfection, how can you at least shape it that it's at least presentable. So you can use these points and enhance your answer right now, because right now you're just practicing, you're not writing your answers, you're not giving your paper. So yes, for this, so I'm giving a disclaimer again, this is just a strategy to somehow tickify in that competition, and not about that you frame the best possible answer this way. So use these tricks, but do write a better perfect answer. So when we first look at skill development, and we need to write issues that make the balanced and inclusive development elusive. So the first point, we come to skill development. So point wise I have segregated for you, and what you need to write inside we've already discussed in our inclusive growth video. You can just keep adding the facts and the figures there. So like in that notes we had that yes, you can write about that yes, though the labor productivity has increased, but employment has slowed down because there's still paucity of highly trained workforce. And you can also mention about the UNICEF 2019 reports that we'd written down there in the notes, that yes, at least 47% of Indian youth, according to them, are not on track to have the education and skills necessary for employment in 2030. Then if you look at financial inclusion, again, see the policy framework are conducive for investment, but private sector investment has been lacking. And according to the World Economic Forum recommendation, they have advised to increase investment in citizens' capabilities or labor-intensive sector. And you can write about how India is, striving towards the capital intensive sector, and accordingly you can write this, make this an issue. So basically what you're doing is you're putting up a point, so you're using these points, but last answer we had these as features, we had these as measures, and today we are using them as issues and challenges. So this is what you need to do, guys. You need to come up with one point which can serve you in everything, and then what you need to do is you don't have to focus on the theory part again. What you have to focus is on current affairs, and from there you take out the point, you take out the facts, and then you put all of them here in your answer, and this would become some answer which not every competitive person would be able to write. See, just like you have technology, so yes, technology, just like we had written there, that they have capability to both decrease or increase inequality, but it can create new forms of adaptive peer learning. It can help in sustaining skill development goals. You can mention examples that may be digital India and things like that, but when do you mention them? You mention them when it's an advantage that you want to write, that these missions, these schemes have been coming out and everything like that. But right now you're writing about the issues, so do not mention about the schemes. And even if you're mentioning about the schemes, do mention it in a way that they have not been properly implemented. If you have any figure, any good point, percent, anything, you can mention it here. Then you have the social part, the social development. Yes, there have been significant regional social gender disparities. There have been low level and slow growth in public expenditure, poor quality delivery system, and obviously technological advancement can help in filling the social gap. So what you're doing is you're also mentioning a last portion that you can have to complete your answer. But answer without a conclusion is not opined or anything like that. So yes, you can end this that yes, they might have failed to be fiscally sustainable, but emphasis should now be on schemes which aim at poverty alleviation, employment generation, and programs that promote education at any level. They should be promoted in things like that. There is a need of increased emphasis on imparting right skill among people. All of these could be a conclusion and your answer gets satiated. Alright guys, this was it with today's video. See, answer writing discussion does not have to be perfect all the time, and answer writing does not have to be perfect all the time, especially when you have 6 months to go just for your preparation before you start exactly for preparing for the competition. Because once you clear prelims, after that whatever you write, that has to be the perfect pinch of everything that you're writing. But right now, what you need to learn is how to enhance your answer beautifully and practically, how to suffice into your answer. So most of the time, most of the people like me, they make a mistake that they try and mug everything. Like, if this was a question they're asking for issues, I would have, hypertension type person I would have become, because I would have felt that, oh my god, from where do I bring issues? I haven't revised that, I haven't learned that, how do I know about it? So things like that. So yes, do not do that. Make your theory short, crisp, but what you do need to do is you need to make your current affairs vast, so vast that anybody who comes inside that gets to dive in, take out a lot of knowledge, and understands that you are the genuine, the person to be elected, to be selected, and accordingly to be proceeded with. So this is how you need to write your answers. And yes, please do understand the importance of writing answers. I mention it in all my Saturday videos without fail. Please do that. We meet next on Monday. Thanks for watching and take care.